係咪冇得名啊？
何秋蘭。
何秋蘭，但係個巴
方標。
但呢個唔係你唔係姓江嘅，奇怪喎。
佢何秋蘭係嘅做戲嘅名。
你啊？
做戲嘅名。
係你做戲嘅名，你真嘅名咧？
有秋蘭。
佢就方秋蘭啊，何秋蘭。
何秋蘭。
咁但係你爸爸，你唔係跟你爸爸姓嘅咩？
唔係嘅，正式爸爸嘅。
我唔係正式爸爸。
唔係。
咁你嘅正式爸爸係邊個啊？
我正式爸爸係時出世。
喺你出世嘅。佢係。
我自細一出世呢幾年嚟嘅爸爸過後。哦。
所以呢個方標咧，就攞嚟做契女。方標咧係1955。方標's Cuban name was Julian. Born in 1905, he loved the Cantonese opera. He learned kung fu action roles in the same class as Quan Duc Hing, the late renowned performer. But his family was not fond of the opera and disapproved of his involvement. He left for Cuba at the age of 19, bringing opera materials by boat halfway across the globe in 1924. He put his spirit into the cultivation of caridad by only speaking Toisan dialect with her. He taught her how to sing in Cantonese at the age of 4. By 9, caridad was performing on stage. She loved it. The opera troupe toured in other Cuban cities, and she made money to have costumes made. The name of the opera is Farewell of Ping Guai. It is a story of a ritual in ancient times. When a girl who is hard to marry out can throw a bouquet to a group of suitors behind her, the lucky man who gets it will be able to marry her. Caridad plays the precious princess of the prime minister, who disapproves of every man who tries, especially Ping Guai, as he is poor. The princess insists on marrying Ping Guai, as he looks at him as it is heaven's arrangement. To her, it will not matter whether he is rich or poor. Meanwhile, the war is drumming afar, and Ping Guai has to serve his country. The princess is missing her man thousands of miles away. Georgina Wong is Caridad's longtime partner in performance. She is Cuban-born of mixed-race parents. She only knows a few Cantonese phrases, but she loves the opera. Here, she plays Ping Guai, the winning suitor, and later the Prime Minister who denounces her daughter, in 2 different acts. Caridad romanizes the Cantonese lyrics into Spanish in writing. Georgina and her granddaughter try to memorize, but end up reading the strange-sounding lines. In the 1960s, Cuban government officials, by borrowing, took all the opera costumes away in one night and never returned them. With no performances, the opera troops disintegrated soon after. Caridad started working in the hotel industry. Her retirement pension is $10 a month. $6 go to the refrigerator's payment. The time I met her, she couldn't afford the telephone. She was making extra $10 a month cleaning lead types for the last Chinese newspapers. She needed the money to help feed the family. Caridad and Georgina are now 79 years old. It is just amazing that they can still do what you have just seen.
哇，反正跟住隻力蘇滿沒啦，叫我睇得買唔好嘅話。
你喊嚟嘅堆堆話，嗰啲嘢唔係個哨嘅話。
No。本來咪我死咗嗰陣時要邊個啊？佢盒飯唔識。
The reason I made this video is asking you to help invite Caridad and Georgina to come to Hong Kong and China. Let them sing and perform a little bit for you. I want to bring them to Toisan villages of their ancestors, to Guangzhou, where Cantonese opera was born. Let them feel that China thinks about them. Though they have never been in China, yet throughout their lives, they carry such kindred spirits for the Cantonese culture. I hope you will provide the support they need to come. I went to Cuba twice to do documentary work on the Cuban Chinese. I especially want to show the faces of the multiracial Cuban Chinese and their fond memories of their loving relationship with their ancestors. On the theme of Chinese migration, I have 2 books. One is called The Dreams of the Golden Mountain, and the other one, Flow China. Both of them use photography and texts to describe why the Chinese leave home and how we manage to live in many parts of the world. They are my family stories and the ones of my Chinese compatriots. I hope you will bring Caridad and Georgina to perform for the opening of the exhibition. We will have a fabulous program.
Si a tu ventana llega una paloma, trátala con cariño, que es mi persona. Ay, chinita, que sí, hay que darme tu amor. Pero vete, chinita, conmigo, a donde vivo yo.
呢首歌係咪叫做《Paloma》？我聽過。